What's up, guys? Happy New Year and welcome back to the 2019 version of my YouTube channel. Some very exciting things planned for this year, but to start, this is my very first podcast ever. In this podcast today is Jairus Ellis, who I met in college a few years ago. In this podcast today, we talked about gear, particularly the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, some rumors from the A7S III and the A7 III, just kind of talking about it, how it is now. We also talked about overcoming creative blocks and balancing social media with your work. It's a really great podcast, and I'm excited to launch this entire podcast journey, starting with this one. I finally decided on the name of this podcast. It is inspired by this book I read, a term taken from it, and it's called River People. And so the podcast name is going to be River People, the podcast for doers, kind of long. But I guess the second half is more of a subtitle. But anyways, that's the name of the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's get it started. All right, man. What?
What you calling this?
The podcast itself?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wait till
the Zefi show.
No, it's not gonna be anything with my name. I haven't decided on the name yet. I kind of want it to be something having to do with like doing things mixed with like someone with, I don't know, like someone with creatives, because I want to have like a bunch of different people on here that are like much like you, and they don't have to be like
art now.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like any like Peter McKinnon, huge people. That would be cool. So I also have no idea.
Dope, man. Hey, yo, you up in New York too? You might run into Casey, man. Casey.
Yeah, for real. I wouldn't mind running into Casey, but I'm rarely in the city. I don't go that often. I actually went to Adorama the other day to trade in some equipment, and oh my gosh, I drove there. Dude, you never want to drive to the city. It's miserable. It makes you want to move right away. And then I went into Adorama, and do you ever use Adorama?
I've seen their website. I haven't ordered nothing from them, but I've seen they got some good deals.
The B&H store is like 10 times better. Like everybody uses B&H, I feel like. But I went to Adorama, and I feel like, I don't know, I was trying to trade something in. I felt like the guy at the trading desk was mad rude, so I walked out.
It's like, well, you just lost custom today, buddy.
That's right. And then I took my business to B&H, and I don't know, B&H is there's so much more there.
That's what I really wanted to go up there for, and that's I had hit you up. I was like, yo, I'm about to be in the city, and then you told me he's in Florida. Like, oh damn. I still wanted to go though, but I think me and Talia had ended up doing something else.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, how long were you up here for?
Well, I came up there for her birthday. So her birthday was on the 24th, so Christmas Eve I came, and I left around the 29th. So I stayed for 5 days.
And you didn't go to the B&H store. Ouch.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, that store is addicting. It makes you want to just buy everything. It's freaking cool.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm about to do a complete equipment overhaul. I'm debating if I want to sell my old stuff, like my A6300 or not, or I just want to keep it. Did you keep your A6300?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I still have my A6. I love that camera still. I always talk about it. And when people are asking for recommendations, I'm always it depends on the budget, obviously, because I just feel like the A6300 and the A6500 is if you get a used one, you could probably get it for $600 now.
Oh yeah.
But I feel it's such. Yeah, I bought a used too, and it was only a couple months old, but I still got a decent deal on it. Obviously, it's better now. I wish I bought more full frame lenses though initially, rather than doing APS-C ones. I will say, but no, I probably will never get rid of my A6300 for any time soon, just because it's such a good B camera. I feel like, although I noticed,
that's what I was thinking, keeping it as a B camera just in case. It's just I love this camera too, and I was I don't want to sell it,
yeah,
but at the same time. but I'm gonna still keep it. But I'm really looking forward to that A7S3. Yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's go and talk about some tech.
Hell yeah. Have you heard anything about the A7S3? Because I feel like
it's been rumored, like specs and like leaks and stuff like that. It's
Dude.
rumored to be announced, like Sony's officially announcing it at the end of this month, but we're gonna see how that goes. But it's supposed
Really?
to be like 10-bit,
oh my god.
freaking 4K at 60. That's all they had to say to just grab me, and I was just
Sold.
like, sold. Take my money.
Dude, that's insane. I don't understand, like,
And it's full frame too. Still got this full frame body.
dude, that's gonna be like $4,000 probably. How could it not? And I wouldn't complain if it was $4,000 because I mean, I don't know if I'd buy it, but like, that's like so many specs.
It's gonna be. I actually feel like it's gonna be around maybe 28 to
No.
$3,000. I feel I'm gonna throw it out there. I feel like it's gonna be coming in around.
But the A7
28.
III, isn't the A7 III like $3,000?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's like around $2,900, something like that. So I feel, because
just don't know.
Black Magic, they coming out with their cinema camera, and it's like $1,200. So it's like they trying to compete with the market.
Oh my
at the
god.
same time. So I
Well-
don't think they finna like kill the thing, because it's not a cinema camera. It's still like a photography still camera type of deal.
You know, I actually I found out, I was looking up why they have that 30-minute record limit, and it's because that it's like priced significantly differently if a camera could record over 30 minutes. Like then it's
Really?
considered a different level camera. So it's pretty cool. Or interesting, not very cool, but
Huh.
But I don't know, man. That's wild. The fact that like I don't get how they just like throw all this stuff in each camera. I feel like it's a weird thing for the camera industry because it's just like, first of all, it changes nonstop, and I feel like they have the technology already for years from now, but they are very strategic on how they release everything. And then the what's it called, the FS7. I feel like if the A7S III has all those specs, like what does that do to the FS7? Because I feel like that all those specs are like taken from the FS7. And I was kind of looking at the FS7, moving towards that in the future, maybe like a few months or like a year.
Oh, word? Yeah, the FS7 is a dope camera. As far as cinema camera goes, like I've been stuck between the Black Magic.
So?
Honestly been looking at the Canon, the C200.
Oh yeah.
Looking at that one, and like that's nice. And then if you get like a external recorder, you can record 12-bit RAW, so that'll be dope.
Oh yeah, they have. Oh wait, is that the Canon one? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know enough about the Canon line of cinema cameras. I feel like I should look into it more, honestly. I'm just so
I've been
like
looking into it a
headstrong
little
on Sony, unfortunately.
Yeah, as far as me being in a budget freelancer right now, I love Sony.
Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
it's an all around good camera. Like you can use it for any situation, really.
And you could get the such good bang for your buck with like certain specs. Also, I don't know if I told you. I probably didn't because we legit have not spoken for like what is it, almost 2 years now. Well, at least on the phone. I've texted you many times. I was like, it was like this time last year, maybe like February of 2018, and I was like, this is when I was like really deep into YouTube, which I'm trying to like ease back into 2019. It's just like hard because I always like get I always like lug these lights and everything everywhere, so it's mad annoying sometimes. But like February 2018, I was like deep into YouTube, and I was going to film, or I was going to take photos at this like frozen lake somewhat close to me. And I was taking a picture, and I went to go step on something like in the water kind of, but it was like a rock, but it happened to be an unstable rock.
Oh man!
And yeah, I literally had my camera in my hand, my backpack full of like almost every piece of film gear that I own. Like I literally had my Zion crane in there.
No, Don't tell me.
Yeah, I literally, it was like a movie, and I was alone at the time. I just dropped into the ice, and I was like underwater, not fully, but like my camera was definitely in the water.
Oh man, it was like neck up or like how?
Yeah, it was neck up.
Damn.
But I was like, you know, keeping my hand above the water, trying to keep my camera clean. Oh my god, it was freaking. I thought it was gonna die. I get a little dramatic. Yeah, so I was like freaking out. Damn, and this was like in a quarry. So I was like in the middle of the quarry, so I had to like climb to get out of it. And I was soaked. I like got my car so filthy. But I was really just freaking out about my camera, honestly.
Man, I would have been sick. I would have been like checking the bags, everything, dumping everything out. I'm like, no.
The Zion crane itself too. The Zion crane's a beast, I feel like. I mean, I haven't like dropped it or anything, knock on wood, but like I feel like that thing's kind of, it feels really sturdy. And
mine's, I love mine too.
You have the Mark II one, right? Like the one with the follow focus.
Yeah. I can't use it though, but
oh yeah, you have this because you have the Sony, right?
Yeah.
They haven't integrated that yet. I guess because it's focused by wire. I think most Sony lenses, right? Is that why?
Actually, I don't know. I mean, I don't. It's not like I use it anyway, but at the same time, I thought it'd be cool to have.
Yeah.
I really been looking into getting the Canon Mark IV as like a photography camera, pretty much. And probably like when I travel as like kind of like a go-to camera because it can take like 30 megapixel stills and like do 4K video. So I'm like, that's pretty cool.
What?
Yeah. And to do 4K at 60. Wait, no. I lied.
What's the price at?
Shit, about the same as the A7 III. About $3,000. If you catch it on sale, you probably get it for $2,500, but still.
What do you think about that mirrorless Canon they came out with?
It can't do 4K at 60 frames. I lied. No, it can't. I'm sure. I need to go look at them specs again. You said, what do I think about the what?
What do you think about that Canon mirrorless camera they came out with?
You know, we actually have that at my job at Best Buy, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, it looks. I was playing with it a little bit. I'm like, it's all right. It's kind of weird looking. And I'm like, when you open up the interface, it's just kind of like, I don't know, basic. I mean, I guess it's cool. You can do 4K and stuff, but I don't know. If someone like really gets to use it, I'm pretty sure they can make like some fire.
I don't know. I've been hearing like very mixed things, I feel like, about it, but
I haven't really been hearing nothing about it for real. I haven't even looked it up for like reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that interesting. I'm sorry.
I kind of been distancing myself from some of the reviews of things since I got the A7 III, just because I freaking love that camera so much. Like, I mean, it's not the best camera, but like,
I've been hearing great things about it though. Like,
I wasn't even expecting to like it this much, but it's like, and it's weird because the specs are very similar to the A6300, but you could tell there's a significant change in quality. It's honestly like it almost seems like it's more closer to like 10-bit than 8-bit. It's weird.
That's crazy.
And I know I told you to film with no profile for this. Oh, there it goes.
My camera just overheated. I'm so upset.
It overheated? Maybe you should just record in HD.
Lord have mercy.
That was quick.
I don't even know how long we've been talking for. I think we've been talking for 15 minutes.
Yeah. What do you have, a sweatbox in there? I will say, since we're on the topic of A7 III, this thing like rarely overheats. Like, I just feel like so much more safe bringing this out. One, because it rarely overheats. I think I've been in one situation where it was like on the verge of overheating, which was kind of concerning because it was kind of a high pressure scenario and I needed it. But it powered through. I just had to like switch to HD. If you shoot HD, you could freaking go all day long. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But and then the battery life on this thing, oh my god, dude,
Just longer.
it's like you will never. It's just like it. I mean, like you'll never go back. It just
How many
changes
batteries you
your
got
life.
for it?
I have two, but
2. Wow. The fact that you said you only got 2, that just proves.
yeah, but like
The
I
amount of battery
honestly
life.
feel like the only reason I have two is because like if I for some reason couldn't charge one or something, like I honestly could go with
Oh, yeah.
one for so it's really
I feel like 2
freaking
is the
love that
base.
thing.
Is the base of like any freelancer person who does video needs to have like 2.
Yeah.
It's like you got 1 battery. What are you doing, bro?
I have 5 from A6300,
Who?
and
Yeah, these 3.
I'm
these 3
thankful for
different,
those 5. Like even sometimes I'll like literally need all 5 in a day if it's like a 12-hour shoot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I had a one shoot like last summer. I was shooting this music video and it was like really freaking hot. Like I remember too, like 90-some degrees that day,
man.
and we was shooting on top of a roof.
Oh no.
There wasn't no clouds in the sky, just straight sun. And I'm over here shooting on the gimbal. And
4K?
I'm like, yes.
Oh
And I was
no.
like, my thing is about to overheat so bad. I seen that symbol pop up. I'm like, freak, I don't know what to do. I had to like go grab a towel out my car and just throw it over my camera and film like that until the thing eventually tried to cool down. It was hell. I was sweating. That was terrible.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I won't even. Because I know that would happen to me. I mean, I feel like it always overheats. So I'll just straight up shoot in HD. Like, even if it's like a big client, like, I would rather it not overheat than deliver 4K, which isn't even like that necessary, I feel like. I mean,
Shoot, I export in 1080 anyway, so it doesn't really.
yeah, but the 4K on the A6300, I will say, is like significantly better than the HD. I think just like the nature of that camera, like I think the HD on the A7 III is 10 times better than the A6300 HD. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know why that is.
I think it's because because your camera's full frame, right?
Yeah, that.
You think it might be because of the sensor? The sensor.
Oh, probably. I guess. Yeah.
You capturing more information.
Yeah, that's very true, dude. That sensor is like so pretty when you take the lens off.
Just gorgeous.
But anyways, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. Have you seen much about that? Do you have that one at your work? Probably not, right? 'Cause
We
that's
do not have that one. Actually, it's not even on our website. I was like kind of disappointed. I was like, shoot, trying to give me a discount, but
Maybe soon.
man, I've been studying that camera for so long. Like ever since I heard the announcement, I
Yeah,
just
remember we were
been,
talking about it.
researching the hell out that camera because I was like, when I first seen it and like I seen the specs on it, and then they dropped the price, I was like, oh, I gotta have this camera. I got to have it. And you know what? I think it's still back ordered. I don't even know if everybody got their order yet.
For real? Kind of want to see.
Yes, I'm just like, yo, what's going on right now? But I've seen like hella test footage on it, and like I've seen some stuff that like it looks really freaking good, like cinematic quality, feature film type deal. And then some stuff I think is like documentary. But I don't know. For some reason, I don't feel that way. I don't feel it when I watch it. It's weird to say. It's like, you know how you watch something and you can like feel the quality.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
definitely.
necessarily feel that quality when I watch Blackmagic footage. Like I can still tell it's a video camera in a sense. Like I feel like it's perfect for documentaries. Like if you're shooting a documentary, then that's probably the camera you need to go for. But if you're trying to shoot like short form narrative type, even music videos to a certain extent, then I don't know if that necessarily would be your first choice of camera to go to. I'm pretty sure they do fine, but I don't know. Me personally, I don't think I would be going with it. Like I still want to use it one day just to test it out. I'm probably gonna end up renting it if they ever release the damn thing.
It is. It's not available on. I mean, they have it on B&H, but it doesn't look like it's shipping right now. It's probably sold out.
That's crazy. I'm just like,
The sensor's so tiny, it's just absurd.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like the micro four thirds sensor, and like I got like
You
all
had the
my lenses.
GH4, right?
No, I never had anything Panasonic.
Really? Why do I remember you having? I feel like I remember you having the GH4. I don't know why.
I say no. I talked about it. I never like.
Did you ever borrow it from anyone?
Brandon used to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to have the GH4. I used to use his. That's back before I got the my Sony. I remember we were talking about the Eva too, the Panasonic Eva 1.
Oh my god. Yeah, don't even get started on that one. That one's insane. What was it again? Panasonic Eva 1?
Yeah, I think like AU Eva 1, something like that. Which I was actually looking at that camera at first too. I'm just like, ooh, 5K, yo, come on now. I look at that price too. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. And then once you get into things like these, you have to really outfit yourself with everything else. The Zion crane's obviously not going to hold this.
Right. And it's like I got a bunch of EF lenses, so it's kind of like I'll have to buy adapters. I mean, sometimes I might want to kill.
Oh, it looks like they make an EVA 1 with an EF lens mount. So that's kind of lit.
Oh, yeah, they do for that one. I was talking about the Black Magic.
Oh, yeah.
Magic got the little micro four thirds mount. I don't know if they make one with the EF mount.
They used to make the Black Magic cinema camera, not the pocket camera, with an EF mount, because I used to have the EF mount one. But
Yep, they sure did, right.
Do you remember I used to have that camera? I brought it into class.
The dongle.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't find the dongle.
Yo, I had that camera for like.
I bought that camera.
I bought it used, off eBay, and I like rarely used it. I used it for this video I did in like high school, and then when I came to college, I feel like I barely used it. Like, remember I like brought it into class for like the Who Am I video. Which I used it on the Who Am I video, but I didn't know like how to use it. It wasn't like a camera that was suited for me, really. First of all, it was huge and bulky, but I also didn't have. I had like one Canon lens for it, and it was such a bad lens. It's like trash, which I also bought used. But then once I got the A6300, dude, I used to. Once I got that camera, I was shooting literally every day. That was so much better.
Light. It's like you can take it anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel like, maybe that's it. Maybe you know they always say like the best diet is the diet that you could stick to. Maybe if it's like the best camera is the one that you could use every day, or like you'll want to use every day, or the most.
You know what? That's a good ass quote. You might want to yo stamp that.
Trademark.
LLC 2019. There it is. The best
Trademark.
camera is the camera you can use every day. That's crazy. When someone asks that question, you can say that.
Well, people always say the best camera is the one in your pocket, or something like that, when they're talking about.
I mean, that cliche ass shit. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not the camera, it's the user. Like, they don't know how to use the camera. Why you think they ask it?
That's so true, yeah. But yeah, I don't know about this Black Magic.
Like at first, I was loving it. Like I was in love with the footage of it.
Oh yeah, you used the Ursa, right?
Yeah, I got the chance to use the Ursa. Like I was in love, and Ursa's really dope. It's just big as shit, but it's really a dope ass camera.
You wouldn't want to switch into that?
Heck no, no. I don't even think I would like to use that on big productions.
Yeah, like when you're renting it, kind of, right?
Yeah, I may be renting or something. You know, it's so funny that you mentioned that, because I'm actually like helping out a friend with his project, and he's got the Ursa Mini, like the Ursa Mini Pro. I think the one that can shoot like 4.6K or something like that. He's using that one on his project, and I'm just like, that thing is heavy. I mean, the footage looks good. It's just heavy, and like the files are so big, especially if you try to shoot like raw.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, dude. Like, I feel like
peace to your computer. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. First of all, I can't even handle my Sony footage right now. Like, I need a new computer already. Do you feel that too with your laptop? Like,
man, I've been felt that. I ain't said nothing but the word. I be talking about that every day. I really been looking into getting me the iMac Pro. Been looking at that one. It's between
The $7,000 one.
Well, I'm looking at the base models, those like 5,000.
Oh, that's the one I use at work, and it actually, oh my god, it edits 4K really smoothly. It's like it's really perfect, but
they say it can handle 8K pretty smoothly too, and like it exports pretty quick.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I won't edit, I won't export really anything here unless I'm doing it overnight on my MacBook. But it's really sad because this computer's what, 3 years old. Actually, it's like 4 years old. No, I don't even know. 2015.
What, I'm talking about the MacBook we got? I think it's like 2015 version. So probably.
Yeah. My friend was mentioning the Mac Mini. Like the new Mac Mini has like some insane specs actually.
It do actually. Like the
you were looking into it? Yeah.
We don't have it at my job, but I can order it off live. But
I want to check out some of the specs right now. 6-core processor.
You can like
up to 64 gigabyte RAM. That's
crazy.
Wild.
I don't even know what I'll do with that much RAM, but I like it though.
I would probably get the 2 terabyte SSD with it also.
Yeah. What would you upgrade first, the lens or the camera? I just saw this question on YouTube. I just thought I'd ask.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's depends on your camera, and it depends what lenses you have. No, I don't know. I mean, like add lenses or just like swap out lenses. I feel like the answer
Probably
that like film
lenses.
buffs are looking for is lenses, because everyone talks about lenses all the time and how much more important they are, which I agree with. But
yeah, no, the lens make the camera, man. Yeah.
no, I have that one G Master 70-200, and it's quite the life changer. One of my friends has that 85mm G Master, and he has some really insane photos from that. Everybody freaks out over that lens, right? That G Master.
The G Master lens?
Yeah.
I've been hearing great things about that lens. The Zeiss, I always love Zeiss lenses. Yeah. I just never got a chance to use one with my A6300, which I really want one so bad. Like that 25mm or a 50, man, that's the 2 lenses all I need. I'll make magic. Just do it. Cause mine is an APC sensor anyway, so it's gonna crop in. So like my 50, that's like a 75, and like a 25 with that's like close to damn near 50.
I have 55 Zeiss that I literally use nonstop. Although right now I'm using a Sigma 19mm, just because
I have a Sigma 30mm that I love.
Is that the art lens?
Yeah.
Is
the art lens? No, it's not. It's the what's the C stand for?
Contemporary, I think it is.
Yeah, contemporary. It's the 30mm prime. I was gonna go.
It's similar to mine actually.
The 18-35. That's the one that I was looking at first, but
isn't that like A mount though? Do they make that for the Sony mount? Sony E mount?
Yeah, it's E mount.
Oh, huh.
It's like the only Sony lens that I actually possess.
Yeah, everyone freaks out over those art lenses though, particularly the Sigma 35mm.
Yeah, all right. That's the one I was looking at first. I'm like, that's a little bit out of my price range. So I'll stick with the 30.
Is it up there? I don't even know. I
don't know if that one's. Well, I think I did see that one, and I could have gotten it, but I don't know if it's E mount or not.
That's probably what it was.
I think it's like EF mount.
Are you in those like Sony groups on Facebook and stuff?
No, I'm not. I don't really like to do the Facebook groups like that.
I don't know, man.
Sometimes the people get mad annoying.
Yeah, I don't really like look at them all the time, but if you're looking to buy lenses, it's like a great spot. Yeah, I got this Sigma 19mm used for $100, and I've gotten well over $100 worth of use out of it. Like this thing it's not like that sharp or anything. It's a 19mm, but like I feel like especially for YouTube, it's like mad good, especially for $100. I mean, you could also get screwed over on those groups kind of easily, so you have to be careful. But
yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve.
yeah, but it's much cheaper.
I've been really getting into more lights. Like I've been looking to get some lights, like some Quasar tubes.
Oh yeah, those things are gnarly. Oh my god, I would love to have those.
Right? I was watching this other video and it's like some cheap ones you can get for like I think $100. It's like a set of them. I don't know how many you get it.
The Quasar tubes
two
are
or
like
three.
different brands.
Yeah, it's like one of them was like an RGB one. They changes colors RGB, I think. Or it was either that or it changed color temperature, something like that.
That's cool. Those things are like flooding the industry, I feel like, and they're in like every music video. You know, like the triangle in the background, which is really
Illuminati
cool.
confirmed. Illuminati confirmed.
It is literally in like every music video though. For good reason. I think it's mad cool. But
oh yeah, I love them if you use them into like a creative way. Some,
yeah.
Some people just throw them in there just because they look cool. But I'm just like, I ain't gonna knock you, whatever your flavor is.
Yeah, it's so true. I don't know. I've been messing with these aperture LED. What is it? The 120D.
Oh, don't you got the? Oh yeah, don't you got the 120D?
Yeah, I want to do like a review on it, dude. I love this light.
You love it, man. I want that light so bad. I've been literally looking at that light for like the last 2 months, and I'm just like, when am I gonna pull the trigger on it? I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to be influential, but especially with the light dome, like it's like so soft. I can't even. I don't know.
And then it's like a battery power. That's the one thing that got me. Is like,
oh no, I can't do the battery power. It's too expensive. It's like
oh, the battery don't come with it already?
No, not the 120D at least. First of all, then you have to get like a $200 to $300 battery at least, and then the charger itself is like well over $200 to $300. I saw one charger that was like $700. I was like, excuse me, this charger makes no sense.
Oh no, I didn't know that. No, I thought the damn thing came with the battery. Lord, these YouTubers been misleading me.
Not the 120D. The mini. They have the mini aperture lights, LEDs, that I think I want to get like 2 of. But I think those are the NPF. I don't even know. I think they are definitely different batteries though, and they come with them. But they're also significantly less bright and probably last a little bit longer. But they're probably good for like a backlight, maybe a fill. Right now, I've literally just been using this old LED that I had since college as like a fill or backlight, or just like a soft, what's it called? A reflector. I don't know. But this is like perfectly good for using like a one light setup if it's possible.
Yeah, I know that them things like really bright and like the CRI rating is like high as hell. It's like 97 plus or something like that.
Yeah. Can't really use it in certain environments though, cause just daylight. But
I was thinking about that too. Like, is it bright enough to like, say you're like shooting a outdoor scene, and you probably close down on the aperture, but the subject's kind of dark. You think it'll be powerful enough to light them?
I think so. Wait, you're outdoor.
Cause I know I've been in like certain situations to like I'm shooting an outdoor scene, and like I don't really care about the shadow depth of field. I kind of want to have everything in focus because the sky be sometimes getting overblown. So I'll close down on my aperture, and then that'll like bring the sky down, but my subject is not dark.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty certain it would be good for that. I don't know if I've ever used it outside yet.
That's my biggest thing was, I'm just like, shoot, that battery though.
Yeah, no. And it takes the batteries that we used on like the Ari.
Ooh, they knew what they was doing.
Yeah, for real. And I didn't realize those things were that. Well, at least the charger itself is like I don't know. And if you look at B&H in all the comments sections, it's like, why is the battery like $1 bajillion? I mean, the charger. It's funny. Never seen that before. But anyways, moving on from tech, what projects have you been delving into? I saw you did like that. You posted a few photos the other day. It looked pretty sick.
Them stills. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that was from like a music video I shot like 2 months ago, like back in November of last year. And like I've been kind of procrastinating on it, so I just like not finished the final edit to it yesterday and sent it back to the artist. But for real, I kind of been I actually took a break in a sense, like as far as working on projects. Like I've been working on stuff, but not to like the full extent because I've been working so much.
Mm-hmm.
But now I want to like get back into it and start like posting more consistent content. So I got like a couple of music videos. I actually got to write treatments for them. And then I really want to start getting to narrative work again. Like I got a couple of ideas I need to get off. So I might actually start just what I'm gonna start doing is writing like a little mini web series.
That would be sick. Well, like for YouTube distribution or whatever.
I don't know yet. That's when I kind of want to figure out. I'm trying to think of like how far I want to take this, because you know how people like kind of make spec scripts or like spec stuff.
Yeah. Like
just to like send off to big stuff, and like I'm like, do I want to do that, or do I want to like take it like the whole 9 yards, like make it, maybe write a whole first season to it, like because I'm thinking about not making it no longer than like 10 to 15 minutes episodes each.
Oh, and I love that. I feel like that's the future of narrative.
Right? I'm just like, maybe if I just put out one season and like people like it, maybe someone else may see it be bigger, probably give me an actual budget, because right now I don't have one.
Yeah, I hear you. You said you were taking a break for a bit, right?
Yeah, I took a break a little bit last year.
I saw you post on like Instagram kind of a little bit about it.
Yeah, it just got to the point where like stuff became like a little bit overwhelming to me at one point. I'm just like, because I was stuck between a place of like where I want to create content, but I want to create a certain kind of content. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like the kind of business that I was attracting really wasn't what I wanted to do, but I did it just because of like the currency.
Yeah.
So now I'm just doing stuff for money, but I'm not really happy. So I'm not really doing what I want to do. And it just became a whole big thing. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna like just take a break. Like I'll probably still do commission work, but I really want to focus more on like doing and putting out content that I want to put out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just where I was at. So I was just like, you know what? Just get away. I didn't even post on social media that much. I like posted probably one post in 3 months.
Well, that's kind of similar to what I haven't posted in like a couple months too now. And it's funny, I used to be like a friggin' psycho about like post every single day.
Right? Because you want to build that fan base and you want to like be consistent with your work, but at the same time you don't want to be like pressured.
Exactly. I think the pressure kind of makes it unattractive. And I can't stand like the whole, I think it's all about balance, and then when you push it too much, that's when you get inconsistent. Kind of. And I haven't posted in months, and I haven't posted on YouTube in months. I mean, it's not like I'm not doing anything, but
right. I feel like that's the whole like persona and perception of social media. Is like you always want people to think that you're doing something, because you feel like if they're not seeing you do something, then they don't think you're doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like you're almost doing more things when
like be visible. Like you got to make yourself visible, you know, in order to attract more business. Because like if I'm trying to build clientele, then obviously they need to see work. So I think I just got caught up in, I need to post more stuff, post more content in order for like people to see what I can actually do. But I'm just like, at the same time, I'm posting stuff that I really don't want to do, which is attracting people that I really, I ain't gonna say I don't want to work with, but I don't really care to work with like that. Does that sound pretentious?
No. Well, I think you don't want to like get caught up into things that you don't want to do because it kind of, you don't want to make this whole career unattractive, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to be put in a box. I'm gonna put it like that.
Yeah, that too. I definitely feel that. Yeah.
Like people would look at you and it's like, oh, you only do this type of work, and like, oh, you do this really good. Like, do you do more of this? I'm just like, nah, I'm kind of just testing the waters right now, and I'm just like
exactly
all over the place.
Yeah, I think these years are just one big test in the waters. But I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I definitely see myself shifting in the future as well, more towards like, I guess a little bit more commercial kind of stuff, which isn't, like narrative really. But I do really want to work on like a documentary that I'm passionate about. I just don't have one right now. But like, I don't know.
Right. I mean, in the long run, I still want to like get into narrative. Like that's my whole goal at the end, is just to like, write and direct films and like stories and stuff like that. But that still doesn't mean I just can't work in commercial work. Like I'm trying to get into more commercial work, really like corporate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably do a couple of commercials for like local businesses, or it's probably like a lawyer's office, or like real estate. Her real estate is pretty good.
Yeah.
And just like kind of expand myself out there instead of just like doing music videos all the time, which like I don't have a problem with music videos. Like I love music videos because I can pretty much do anything I want with them. But at the same time, I still want to like just network.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm trying to actually push more into music videos. It was funny because like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I like had this weird moment where I was like thinking about, I haven't made a music video in like over a year or like something like that. And I was kind of freaking out about it. And then literally that same week, and I was like thinking about hitting up this kid but these dudes that I sometimes do some music video work with and other video work that has to do with music. And they literally hit me up like 2 days later. It was the weirdest thing I've ever encountered. After like not hitting me up for like a year. And I went to go film the concert literally the next day. It was like a sign, and I was like, yes. I just said yes. It was the weirdest thing. And
crazy.
Yeah, that
paranormal activity.
That was the weirdest
thing.
Look at God. So I'm trying to push into music videos maybe this year, because I've been doing a lot of like, not that much realty, but a little bit more. So I've been doing these hotels and stuff like that. And obviously the college work that I've been doing, not attending, but like filming for a college.
Just gonna stay away. Get that education.
But what was I gonna say? So do you think that like you said on Instagram you had like a creative block, right? Do you think that that's like over, or do you think that it was more so a break than a creative block, or was it both?
I think it's a little bit of both, in a sense. Like creative wise, like I always had ideas that I wanted to do. I just didn't execute them the way I wanted them to. So to me, it was just kind of like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, why bother, So,
yeah.
And then on top of the fact, I had like all these projects that I needed to finish, and I really just wanted to finish, not to put them out, but just to get them back to the client so I can be done and over with. Because it got to the point where it wasn't even fun for me anymore. It just felt like work. So I was like, yeah, I don't. This is just too much. I don't need this no more. So I just said, yeah, I need to take a break from all this social media stuff.
Yeah, and I hate when it gets to like that point. It's kind of scary, because that just feels like another job.
Right.
Do you feel like, do you lean towards editing or filming, like cinematography?
You know what? At first, I was like, you know what? I can just, do editing all day, every day. But now I'm kind of leaning more towards filming.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you that straight up. I'm leaning towards filming myself.
Like I would rather like just film and like find someone else to edit. Like I would trust someone else to edit the project.
I would love to find someone else that I could like work directly with, because I always want to be part of the editing process.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I've done projects this year for the first time that I wasn't part of the well, maybe last year too, but I wasn't part of the editing process at all. And I kind of like it because it's cool, because you know, obviously there are people out there that are better at editing because it's like their main forte, but
right.
also I feel like they have a different sense of everything. You know, they always talked about that in film school, like because they weren't there, they're not like emotionally attached to certain shots. But
Crazy.
I also like sometimes when I'm editing, I just like get kind of annoyed these days, and I feel like I could literally take on so many more projects if I didn't have to edit them. Just
right, that's how I feel. It's just like you film it, and then like whenever I film a project, I always got like a sense of how I want it to look in my head in the edit. But sometimes I'll book a project I'll book a shoot one day, but I'll book another shoot literally 2 days later. So it's kind of like I'm filming back to back
with no editing room.
Right. So like I don't got time to look through the footage and like sort through clips and like all this type of stuff and look at color and all that. And then a week goes by and then like I still ain't started editing the first video I shot. And like now there's another video coming up. It's like crap. And it gets to the point it's like you push it off too long, you're gonna lose motivation for it. That's just a guarantee.
Yeah, that's so
it
true.
turns into like, oh. So instead of like, oh, we gonna edit, it's like, oh, we gotta edit.
Yeah. Yeah, lately I've been trying to just like push into edits as much as I can, but I would love to find someone that I could work with to edit with and stuff like that. Also, I don't consider myself like the best editor. I think it's weird because you picked in college, what did you pick as your concentration? You did like as your track, it was like you did directing, right? And
I did directing and editing. I think I put editing first though.
Did you? That's funny. I did too.
Because at first I wanted to just know more about editing and stuff. Like directing was cool, but I don't know. I didn't think we can learn that much in directing, to be honest.
I think I did editing and cinematography, but I attended all the cinematography labs. I think
what I wish I would have done though. I wish I would have did sound, because I found myself getting a lot into like more sound design stuff when I edit. Like,
do you think it would have been sufficient enough though there?
I don't know. Like especially post sound work. I don't know if they had like a post sound class there. Like I think the RA students got that, but I don't think we would have got that.
Yeah.
But like all that sound design work and stuff, like I like that.
Yeah, it's insanely important. I feel like I've been trying to. I recently got like an effects pack that I really liked. I've been trying to use a little bit more sound effects at least. But I feel like there's a world of those sound effects libraries that you could kind of get caught up in. I don't know. That's a big thing though too, like sound design as a whole.
Right.
But yeah, I did editing and cinematography, and I ended up like, it's funny because, and then you're in the same boat. You chose editing as number one, and meanwhile, we're kind of both favoring cinematography now. So
no, it's crazy. I mean, I still like editing. Like,
yeah,
it's funny because it's like I want to get better at editing, and like I want to like learn more stuff in editing. Like I've been lately trying my hand at like 3D graphics, like 3D design, like Cinema 4D and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make like 3D objects, which that shit is hard as hell. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I know.
I don't see how the hell do these people sit through that stuff. Like, they can literally spend 6 hours making a 3-second shot. I'm just like, ain't no way in hell I got the patience for that.
That's the thing. I don't know if it's my lack of patience myself, or I just don't really like to sit down for that many hours.
I think it's probably both for me. Like I can sit and concentrate, but at the same time, I'll go right to YouTube and start watching videos. Like next thing you know, I'm editing. Next thing you know, I'm clicking on YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I'm 3D videos in on film theory.
Well, at least you're watching tutorials.
Right. And then like I'll be watching tutorials on the cool effects that I be wanting to try out and stuff, and then next thing you know, I don't use them. I'm just like, man, what the hell I learned this for? I ain't gonna lie, I kind of forgot that we was doing
this
today. I did. Like when you had text me, and I was just like, oh shit. I felt like I was supposed to do something today, but I didn't know what it was.
You gotta mark that calendar.
I know. I should have did that. I'm trying to get my life more organized, bro. I got a whole little calendar hanging up on my wall.
Really?
I write stuff down on it.
Yo, Google Calendar is lit, dude. I like anytime someone says something. I actually just started doing this like a month ago or 2 months ago. Like every time someone's even like mentioned something, I'll like just put it down on the calendar because like I feel like I was always missing things and forgetting about things. Right. But now it feels like 10 times better, and it kind of holds you accountable. Like I definitely would not have done this podcast if I didn't like mark the calendar and even texted you last week. Like I was kind of trying to hold myself accountable because otherwise I just push it off.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's just like I've been pushing stuff off too much, and I'm just like, once I get all this stuff finished and wrapped up, I'm gonna try and be more punctual and be like more on top of my shit.
Yeah. Well, I think that allows you to do more work and then, have time to do the work that you really like. But that's it, man. 2019. This is the year for it.
This is the year, bro. This is the year of execution. That's what I'm gonna say. 2018 was the year of planning. 2019 was the year of
doing
execution. Let's do it.
I love it. All right, should we conclude? Or should we keep going?
Well, on my end, I done reached the hour pretty much.
Let me ask you one more question.
Yeah, shoot, man.
That I kind of want to get in there. It's not really a question. It's more so just like soliciting a response. What advice do you have for creators and creatives that are in similar situations as you? 2 years out of college, almost 2 years. And, dealing with the balance of social media, the pressure of having to post.
Got to get my camera off. I need the people to see my face.
That's right.
Life I got.
Gotta keep it engaging.
All this stuff is 4K. Don't tell. Oh, you serious? My shit's still dead.
So what do you think of this podcast, though, before you answer that? Like,
this is dope. I like this.
It's fun, right?
This a lot. I watch podcasts like all the time, which is like funny.
You watch them, yeah.
Oh, like I will watch sometimes when I'm at the gym, instead of listening to music, I'll be listening to songs too.
Yeah, I do that on the ride to work sometimes, and I don't know. Matt Diavella's Ground Up show, big fan of that one.
Oh yeah, I watch like stuff like the Joe Budden podcast. This chick named Amanda Seals. I think Film Ride got a little podcast that they do.
Yeah, there's really great film ones out there. I really like Matt Diavella's though, because he has film people on there, and I don't know. They kind of talk about similar stuff as what we were talking about.
Right, like Justin O.D. show.
Oh yeah, he had a really great one with some people out in LA once that I still haven't gotten to finish, but it was really great, and it had to do with music videos.
I seen he had one with. Do you know who Brother is? The music video director.
I don't think so.
Like they do a lot of Travis Scott's music videos. Like you seen Travis Scott stuff.
Yeah,
they do a lot of stuff in him. I think they did some of Georgie. Filthy Frank. Dude, they used to be Filthy Frank. They do a lot of his stuff too. They're really dope. They into that trippy visual effects type stuff.
Ooh, like Bazzi Mine.
Yeah, they do a lot.
I think we talked about that music video once. I think it was you that I talked about it with.
Yeah, that video is crazy.
I was just showing that video like 2 days ago. I love those effects. Really cool.
Yeah, I like some of their effects that we do. I be trying to like imitate them in some of my stuff, but I ain't trying to get into like the whole like my style of editing. Like I like the effects and stuff if it fits.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not finna throw an effect in there just because you want a damn cool looking effect in there. Like if it doesn't help,
sometimes it gets cheesy. Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes
now I'm just throwing in an effect, just throw it in there.
It's easy to get carried away.
That too, but all right. Got my camera back up.
I also wanted to say real quick, I thought that one project you did was really cool. I think it was like a fitness one, lifestyle video, with the dude from the gym, or he was like working out. Yeah. That was a sick one. That looked like an Adidas one.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that was
that
cool.
Actually that one actually came out pretty better than I thought it was gonna be. And like I literally came up with that concept on the fly. We just went to like this abandoned little warehouse building type, kind of sort of downtown, and just found whatever we can find. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it came out good. I
wouldn't mind shooting more stuff like that, honestly.
Cool location. I mean, and dope editing. I think was like one of the biggest parts of it too. So you got that editing skills, cutting it up. But anyways, like I was saying, what advice do you have for filmmakers who are and creatives who are in similar situation as you, maybe 2 years out of college, or really whatever you feel fits?
My advice to people in my position,
and balancing social media and all that. The pressures.
Well, first I would tell them don't get too caught up in social media hype for one, because that's all a lie. Like these people live in fake lives on social media. We all know this.
That's for damn
two,
sure.
You know, just do what you know, and like stick to what you know in a sense, and not in the sense of like boxing yourself in, because you know you're creative, you do whatever you want, but you know, stay consistent on what you want to do, especially if you're like a freelancer like myself. Like I know it can get hectic, you know, trying to keep up with clients and like manage funds, and it's kind of like, you know, you got bills to pay and like yada yada yada, student loans. But in a sense, you know why you did this, you know why you're here, so just stick to what you know, and then just keep pushing forward.
I like that.
Also, gotta have a good business mindset too. A lot of people kind of neglect the business side.
Oh my gosh.
You got to manage your funds. Definitely manage your funds.
I think that's such a large part, especially about being like a freelancer. Oh my gosh, that's like one of the biggest parts. And if you get too caught up,
everybody just want to talk about the creative side and like, you know, do this, do that. You're like, yeah, that's all good and all, but you still got to manage them funds.
Yeah. And I was just thinking the other day too, like people kind of, like there's certain people in, I guess, creative industries that I feel like they'll try and push the passion a little too much, to the point where you're kind of like just doing things for free in the industry, and kind of bogging down the prices of the market and the industry and all that.
I'm always conflicted about that. Yeah. Man,
you just gotta know, kind of. You know, like,
yo, that could be like a whole separate podcast by itself.
Yeah, we'll save it.
I can go so deep into that, because that right there just really grinds my gears, man.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, we will conclude. I kind of want to do, for each podcast, have like a quote, like a quote of the day. I found this one. I feel like it doesn't really apply to this podcast, but I'm gonna say it anyways. It is from Sylvia Plath, if that's how you pronounce that. And it is, the worst enemy to creativity is self-doubt. What do you think?
I like that. Quote of the day right there. The worst enemy to creativity is self-doubt.
Hang it up on your wall. All right, where can, if anyone ends up watching this podcast or listening, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter. I would say Facebook, but I haven't reached that platform yet. But On Instagram, I'm at JayDivision2. That is JayThevision. I spelled that right, didn't I? I'll just put in the text.
I will.
And then Twitter,
Going down the links.
I'm at JayDivision. So same thing. Well, Instagram is JayDivision2 at JayDivision2, and then Twitter is just at JayDivision. So boom.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Matt Zefi.